Hey Tradies fans, special edition of Nuts and Bolts this week because in a first for the great people at Carlton Draft, retired superstar who we know very well, Mitch now works there at Channel 7, Erin Phillips has been confirmed as the inaugural AFLW player selected as a wild card for the Carlton Draft.
How exciting is this?
2024. It's pretty cool.
Every draft needs a wild card.
Oi, Erin, come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm coming. Pick me for the Carlton Draft.
I'm a bit pissed off, to be completely honest, because you're like sort of still very sort of fresh out of the game. And
I've got dodgy knees. I've got really
dodgy like talent. Sort of.
Make sure you get on the Carlton Draft website.
Yeah.
I could be coming to you.
Oh my God, how exciting.
Let's go.
Jeez. But
Thanks, Dill.
Also, you've got me, guys.
Can the Magpies.
Go the Tourists.
The GOAT of AFLW. She
Yeah.
retired end of last
Is
year.
undisputed go?
Yeah.
Because I'm still, Daisy's still very good.
2 league best and fairest,
Yeah.
2 AFLW grand final best on grounds.
Oh no, it's either her or Daisy.
Yeah.
Just interested in your take of the
Yeah.
undisputed.
But the Carlton Draft, it's been some cool names. Like Bernie Vince kicked 8 goals in one
Yeah.
of these games a few years ago. Nathan Buckley
Lasted 8
did his
minutes.
hammy.
I'm not sure it was 8 minutes.
David Mundy took the piss one day.
Yeah.
So this year we get to see some fresh names. Your mate Matthew Lloyd
Lordo.
is in this year.
Yeah, I'm told they had to dig extra deep.
Really?
Yeah, I'm told there's a lot of zeros.
He's been working out in the gym a lot.
No, he's always been. Him and Richo are the two, and it makes me sick because Richo's going to hear this and now use it against me. Those guys, Richo's 49. He still benches 100 and would still run a 3-minute K.
It's pretty good going.
Yeah. Lordo hits strong Pilates 5 days a week.
Just check his Instagram.
Oh, is it all over
Oh,
Instagram?
yeah. Oh, you don't say it. Dill Buckley.
Yes, our undisputed leader.
Can't see what he has got to go this year. Lee Montagna, Isaac Smith and Trent Cotchin. So keen to see. But now Erin Phillips heads in and we want to unpack her story as part of Nuts and Bolts because I think it's one of the great Australian sporting stories that hasn't really been properly told.
No doubt, agree.
So, of course, the daughter of a Port Adelaide and Collingwood football legend, Greg Phillips. She grew up around the footy club and watched her dad win 8 flags for the Power, or the Magpies back then. She's one of 3 girls. Of course, her sister Amy is married to Sean Burgoyne. So it's one of the great footy families.
It really is.
She gave up footy at age 13 because there was no pathways back then
Yep.
in the 90s for her to explore this sort of avenue and took up basketball. Debuts in the WNBA age 17 in 2002. Drafted into the WNBA in 2005 as a 20-year-old. A couple of years later, she does her ACL, but she's picked the year later to play for the Opals at the Beijing Olympics and wins silver in 2008. She's overlooked in 2012 for the London Games, but tastes success in the WNBA, has another WNBA title in 2014. So she's a 2-time WNBA title winner, having grown up in Adelaide, dominated in the WNBL and then went overseas and was able to do her thing. It gets to December 2015 and there's murmurs around this new AFLW competition coming in, which AFL clubs are going to jostle for a spot in there. With the Phillips name, the Power sign her or put her into the position of their marquee signing if they're granted a licence. So this is December 2015 and Erin Phillips is promoted and marketed as Port Adelaide's big signing if they're to be granted a licence. It gets over the next 6 to 8 months and the Power's submission doesn't really go anywhere because they've got their energy at this stage into China. So the 8 licences are granted. The one in South Australia goes to the Crows and the Power miss out. Erin Phillips thinks her dream of maybe playing Australian rules football at the professional level, the highest level, is over. She's gutted, shattered, crushed. So she continues to put her eggs into the basketball route.
Just as a small aside, the AFL wanting to go down the route of playing footy in China pre-COVID has not aged well.
I'm not going to defend the AFL, but I'm not going to say it was the worst decision.
No, I actually agree. But I'm just saying, looking back on it, it hasn't aged well.
Yeah, it
Anyway,
hasn't.
back to Erin.
China's an untapped market. If you
I'm
can
sure.
capture 1% of that market, who knows?
Oh,
Anyway.
okay, Peter Vellini. God.
June 2016, the Crows are granted their licence. So this is only 6 months after she's committed to the Power on the proviso they get a licence. They miss out the Power. The Crows get their licence in June 2016. Now, sometime in the next month, Erin Phillips gets a Facebook message from a 5AA producer by the name of Leith Forrest. I'm not making this up.
No, Leith. Good
He's
operator.
been producer of their sports show for
Yep.
years.
Yep.
The Rowie and Bick show at the time.
Very good operator.
Like he's, good sports brain, Leith. He thinks, well, who are the players at marquee level that the Crows could target as part of their first team? He flicks Erin a message and says, you've obviously been linked to the Power, but do the Crows interest you? And the initial thought was, because of the Port Adelaide name, she's sort of no chance to end up in Crows colours, given the strong
Which makes sense, right?
association. But she says to Leith, I wouldn't be against taking a phone call. Like, maybe this could be my chance. So Leith
She
goes
says that in a Facebook
in a
message.
Facebook message.
This is extraordinary.
So Leith takes that to Mark Bickley, who's the co-host of the Drive Show in Adelaide on 5AA,
Yep.
who is very, very close mates with Phil Harper, who's the head of the AFLW program, footy boss at the Crows. Within, I don't know how long, but like days or weeks, Erin Phillips gets a call while she's living in the States still
Should have been 10 minutes later.
from Phil Harper, who's the Crows footy boss, and says, would you be interested in coming to the Crows and playing AFLW? She leaves that phone call, Erin Phillips, thinking, I'm going to play AFLW.
Holy moly.
So this is before Rio Olympics. She plays, so this is June.
Yeah, I
July.
remember I interviewed her outside the basketball centre when they got eliminated,
Yeah, right.
when the Opals got eliminated.
Yep.
And she was crying.
Yeah, she was devastated by,
Yeah. But I had no idea that all this was going on in the
yeah, so
background.
she's verbally committed to the Crows at this stage. So while all this is going on, they go to Rio, lose. The Crows have sent her footies to practice and get her skills because she hasn't played footy since she was a 13-year-old.
It's amazing.
She played in a slowdown, which is like their equivalent of the Legends game over in Adelaide, and dominated in like the early 2000s.
Yep.
But apart from that, she hasn't really played any footy since she was 13.
How old is she now?
She's 31.
31.
So like 18 years of playing professional basketball.
Crazy.
And thinking about that. Or 18 years committed to basketball, about 14 years as a professional.
Yep.
They send her over a footy so she can practice. She goes to like local gridiron pitches or fields and uses the gridiron posts or their uprights to practice her goal kicking.
This is such a cool story.
This is in the off season of 2016, so like our summer. So this is like October, November. She comes back and has her first preseason for the Crows, in 2016-17. The season runs from February in 2017. She is the league best and fairest and wins best on ground in her first year of professional football as a Crow that year.
Wow.
All while her and her partner Tracy welcome their twins in the November. So like the twins are 3 or 4 months old when she wins her first flag playing for the Crows. It's a remarkable story. She was an Olympian and an AFLW best and fairest and grand final best on ground, all in the space of 7 or 8 months.
I wonder how Port felt watching her playing Crows colours.
And then she ends up going to the Power as a free agent or their first marquee signing. But she had 3 flags, 3 All-Australians and 2 grand final best on grounds by the time she crossed as a 37-year-old.
Yeah, she was a Crows player.
Plays 2 years at the Power and just retired. And now she's joining a great list of Carlton draftees going to be picked up this year as as a signing. And can't wait to see what sort of crowd she draws because she's one of the greatest ever dual-coded athletes I think Australia's ever produced.
And it's just really cool what this concept has become. Like by the end of this year, we'll have 20 clubs now that have been involved in this, and being able to draft a legendary player, and it pours tens of thousands of dollars back into local clubs. A lot of whom desperately need it. Like there's great stories about clubs who haven't won a game in 4 years, and the crowds turn up every second week to home games on a Saturday, just hoping that this is their week. Like the buzz it would create for these clubs.
Oh, and you get the
it's really
sporty
cool.
at the night, and
Yeah.
people might go and watch for the first time. They've never been to a game, and it's awesome.